Go ahead.
Mike Robinson winning goaltender of the week 2 weeks in a row. That's pretty impressive in Hockey East. You said after the Holy Cross game that when Mike's playing well, it's hard to beat him. He went through a stretch earlier in the season where he was giving up probably more goals than he would have liked. In order for him to perform at this high level, what does he need to do?
I don't think it's anything physical with Michael. I think it's just making sure that, he's focused mentally on making the saves that he needs to make. I think, we don't give him a lot of run support. So I think sometimes you feel as a goaltender, you might have to, you got to win the game, and I think that weighs on you mentally. And I think he's in a real good place mentally. I give Ty Conklin a lot of credit for that. I give David Fezzen a lot of credit for, just bringing about this level of competition that we have. David's certainly played well enough to play as, also. So I think that's helped Mike a lot. And as I've said before, Mike, the best of Mike Robinson's pretty good. And, last couple of weeks, you've seen that out of him. And we're certainly a better team when he's playing well.
Coach, with surrendering goals late in the game, is that the kind of thing you can practice to deal with, or it just happens?
That's a good question. We work on our 5-on-6 all the time. I always tell our guys, our expectation is that we're going to be up at the end of a game. So, situational hockey, right? We work on that. We work on 6-on-5. We work on getting the goalie out. Whatever, all those things we work on. But then it's a matter of going out and executing. Those situations, that was an interesting situation. The last two, we give up the face-off goal against UMass was frustrating because, we had time to kind of go over what we wanted to do, and then we lose the draw clean. Guy who's been 60, Jackson's been 60% on face-offs all year. He's one of the league leaders. And the Holy Cross one's a little different. Again, we kill on a penalty late. We got some guys out there that normally, maybe aren't on there in that situation just because of the way things kind of transpired with the kill. But that had nothing to do with it. We were actually in pretty good position. We don't get under a stick, and their guy made a good play, Mike, on that. I don't know if you remember the play, but there's a big, heavy forecheck. Kid got in there, big, heavy forecheck, created some chaos, and it's kind of a scrambled puck, and that's typically how that happens 5-6 when you're half 6. But again, I just love our resiliency there coming out of that. The easy thing to do is, and in the overtime they had a couple chances, so that was like, Dick Umili's line of misery and relief. Like that was certainly like relief when we scored. Like that was. It's because you get frustrated, like, Jesus, we got to get this game to 3. If we get this game to 3-1, I think it's ours, and we don't. And then we find ourselves, 2-2, and it's like, oh man. And so I'm just proud of our guys, the way we pulled it out.
Are there times, Mike, when you put too much pressure on yourself, whether it's because you came back for the 5th year trying to do something special, or from time to time, there'll be games when you're not getting a whole lot of goal support. Are there times where you put too much pressure on yourself and that affects how you play?
Yeah, I mean, as of recently, it's been tough for us to score. And I mean, that does put a little bit of pressure on the goalie, but I mean, I've kind of had the mindset. I've talked with Coach Souza, talked with our goalie coach, Coach Conklin, and I just have to go into the game just not wanting to I don't have to win the game for the team, just give us a chance. And I feel like I've done that over the past couple weekends, and we've had success.
In the games you weren't able to play, were there things that you noticed from the stands that you might not have noticed when you're playing on the ice about the team?
Yeah, for sure. You definitely get a different perspective watching from up top. And, I was able to see, like, some nights, like, I could tell we were skating hard and competing on every puck, and our second effort was great. And typically those were the nights that we had success. And then, I mean, other nights, if we weren't playing to our standards or identity, like, it's easier to tell from up top, I think. And, sometimes you might be in for a long night if the team doesn't seem like they have that second effort.
When you came back off your injury, you pretty quickly jumped right into the offensive play, whether it was pinching down from the blue line or carrying the puck into the zone. Is that an area where you've seen real improvement in yourself over the 4 years?
Yeah, for sure. I think working with Coach Giuliano, like he's always on me to try to get out of my comfort zone and keep my gaps tighter and get more involved in the offense, which is something I think I can do, but I just sometimes don't, and like for whatever reason. But yeah, I definitely think that like getting my feet moving and getting up ice a lot more is like something I've improved on a lot since I've got here.